Alright, y'all, grab your morning coffee, your favorite blanket, or whatever's keeping you cozy, because we're about to take a deep, deep dive into a story that's got more twists than a telenovela and more juice than a tabloid stand in Times Square. We're talking about Jennifer Lopez, Sean Diddy Combs, and that infamous 1999 nightclub shooting that's come back to haunt them like a ghost from the Y2K era. This ain't just gossip, folks. It's a saga packed with love, betrayal, legal battles, and heartbreak that's got X blowing up, social media detectives working overtime, and fans picking sides. Was J-Lo just caught in the crossfire? Or was she playing a bigger game with Diddy? And what's this about Ben Affleck bailing because of Diddy's secrets? Let's unpack this wild tale step by step with all the heart, a sprinkle of sass, and a whole lot of real talk. This is gonna be a ride, so let's roll. It's 1999, and New York City is the vibe. Cell phones are chunky, NSYNC's ruling the charts, and J-Lo's just bursting onto the scene as a triple threat. Singer, actress, dancer. Her breakout role in Selena has folks calling her a star, and her debut album On the 6 is climbing the charts. Meanwhile, Sean Diddy Combs is the king of hip-hop, running bad boy records like a mogul straight out of a movie. He's got hits like I'll Be Missing You under his belt, and his parties are the stuff of legend. Together, J-Lo and Diddy are that couple, dripping in Versace, flashing diamonds, and owning every red carpet from Manhattan to Paris. From 1999 to 2001, you couldn't flip through People or Vibe without seeing these two. J-Lo's rocking that plunging green Versace dress at the Grammys, Diddy's got his signature swagger, and they're spotted everywhere. Clubs, award shows, even jet-setting to London and Paris. They're young, glamorous, and untouchable, controlling NYC's nightlife like royalty. Paparazzi loved them, fans ate it up, and their romance was the talk of the town. But behind the flashbulbs and champagne, trouble was brewing. Love's sweet, but life's messy, and their fairy tale was about to hit a major plot twist. Let's zoom in on December 27th, 1999 at Club New York in Manhattan. It's the holiday season, the club's packed with partygoers, and Diddy's crew is holding court in the VIP section. J-Lo's by his side, shining like the star she is. According to reports, things got messy when Diddy allegedly knocked a drink out of someone's hand. Petty move, right? But in a packed club, that's like lighting a match in a room full of fireworks. Words were exchanged, egos flared, and suddenly gunshots rang out. 3 people were hit, including Natanya Rubin, who took a bullet to the face. Natanya's been steadfast for over 20 years, insisting Diddy pulled the trigger. Her pain, physical scars, emotional trauma is unimaginable, and our hearts go out to her and the other victims caught in that terrifying moment. Diddy, J-Lo, Diddy's bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones, and a young rapper named Jamal Shine Barrow bolted from the club in a Lincoln Navigator. Cops gave chase, pulled them over, and found a stolen 9mm handgun in the car. Everyone was arrested, cuffed, and hauled in. J-Lo, barely 30 and already a rising star, spent a few hours in custody before being released with no charges. Diddy and Wolf faced weapons charges but were acquitted in a high-profile 2001 trial. Shine, though? He wasn't so lucky. At just 18, he was convicted of assault and gun possession, sentenced to 10 years and served nearly 9. Shine's always maintained he was set up, and Natanya's never wavered on her claim that Diddy shot her. This tragedy left deep wounds, lives changed forever, and we hold space for those who've carried that pain for decades. Natanya's story is particularly heart-wrenching. She filed a $130 million civil suit against Diddy in 2008, settled out of court in 2011. But she's never stopped seeking justice. In recent interviews, she's offered to have bullet fragments removed from her face as evidence. Her resilience is inspiring, but the toll, physical, emotional, financial, must be crushing. Shine, too, lost nearly a decade of his youth. Now a politician in Belize, he's rebuilt his life. But those prison years? Stolen. We're rooting for their healing and for the truth to finally come to light, Indo. Here's where the drama kicks into high gear and the whispers turn into full-on shouts. With Diddy's recent legal troubles, folks are digging into J-Lo's past, asking, was she just a glamorous girlfriend caught in the chaos, or was she playing a bigger role? A 2024 lawsuit by Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a former producer, dropped a bombshell. He claims J-Lo smuggled a revolver into Club New York for Diddy, handed it to him after the fight, and helped pin the blame on Shine. Hold up, fam. This is a serious accusation, but let's pump the brakes. Big warning, this claim is unverified. Jones's lawsuit is packed with allegations against Diddy, but his lawyer, Sean Hawley, calls Jones a liar chasing a quick buck. No court documents, police reports, or credible sources like Reuters or the New York Times confirm J-Lo carried, passed, or tossed a gun. Then there's the driver, Wardell Fenderson, who testified he saw a female hand throw a gun out of the car during the police chase. J-Lo was the only woman in the vehicle, so some folks point fingers her way. But here's the tea. Fenderson didn't name J-Lo directly, and there's no physical evidence, like fingerprints or DNA, tying her to the gun. Fenderson also claimed Diddy tried to bribe him with a $50,000 ring to take the fall, but Diddy's team called that story unreliable since no ring was found. Another rumor? That J-Lo testified Shine was the shooter to protect Diddy. Big disclaimer, court records from the 2001 trial don't show J-Lo testifying at all, let alone pointing at Shine. These are juicy claims, but without receipts, they're just that, claims. If you're thinking, wait, is J-Lo about to catch a case? Hold off. We need facts, not speculation. Shine's story hits hard, though. At 18, he was Diddy's protege, full of dreams and talent. He says he took the fall while Diddy walked free, even claiming Diddy turned witnesses against him. Gene Deal, a former Bad Boy security head, allegedly heard Diddy say he hated Shine. If true, that's ice-cold betrayal. Shine's spent years rebuilding, now serving as a politician in Belize, but the weight of those lost years? Natanya, too, has fought tirelessly, facing doubters who've accused her of seeking clout. Her response? Are you dumb? She testified in 2001, stood by her story, and deserves respect for her courage. Their pain is the heart of this story, and we're rooting for their justice. Now we're diving into straight-up tabloid territory, so let's tread lightly, fam. Jaguar Wright, a singer known for spilling A-list tea, claims J-Lo and Diddy secretly tied the knot around 1999 to keep her from testifying against him. The logic? Spousal privilege means a wife can't be forced to snitch on her husband in court. Yo, pause. This is wild. But warning, there's no proof. No marriage license, no witnesses, no court records, nada. Jaguar's got a rep for dropping spicy bombs, but without evidence, this sounds like a Hollywood script, not reality. In the US, spousal privilege is real, but J-Lo was never called to testify in 2001, so the whole theory feels like a stretch. Let's keep it 100. This one's probably fan fiction, but it's got folks talking. Then there's the freak-off party talk, and this is where things get dark. Cassie Ventura's 2023 lawsuit against Diddy, settled out of court, paints a chilling picture of coerced sex acts, drugs, and abuse at these events. The 2024 federal indictment against Diddy doubles down, alleging he ran a criminal network involving freak-offs, where victims were manipulated, drugged, and abused. Cassie's testimony is gut-wrenching. She described being forced into acts that left her ashamed, needing drugs like ketamine and ecstasy to cope. She spoke of black eyes, swollen lips, and knots on her forehead from Diddy's violence. Our hearts break for her courage in speaking out, and we stand with her and others who face such trauma. But here's where J-Lo gets dragged in. Some claim she attended these parties or knew about Diddy's dark side. A woman named Misha allegedly said J-Lo watched her being abused at a freak-off and did nothing. Another rumor says a 13-year-old was coerced at one of these events with a female celebrity present. Ojani Noah, J-Lo's first husband from 1997 to 1998, also chimed in, claiming she was deeply involved in Diddy's shady activities, including alleged S-tapes. But let's be real, Noah's got a grudge. He's been sued by J-Lo for breaching confidentiality, and his claims lack evidence. No tapes, no witnesses, just talk. They sound like an ex airing dirty laundry, not hard facts. Linking J-Lo to these parties without proof is speculative and messy. Cassie's pain, though, that's real, backed by her lawsuit and the indictment. We honor her bravery and hope for justice for all survivors. Let's talk about the love story that had us all rooting. J-Lo and Ben Affleck, aka Bennifer 2.0. Their 2022 marriage was the rom-com sequel we needed, rekindling their 2002 romance after co-starring in Giggly, calling off their 2003 wedding, and finding their way back. They tied the knot in Vegas, and it felt like number couple goals. But by August 2024, it was over. Why? People and TMZ point to lifestyle clashes. J-Lo thrives in the spotlight, red carpets, and glam. Ben's a low-key guy who dodges paparazzi. He was rattled when J-Lo shared private love letters from their early days in her This Is Me, now documentary, which tanked at the box office. That's gotta hurt. Pouring your heart into art and watching it flop. But the article drops a wild theory. Suge Knight, from prison, claims the FBI found tapes at Diddy's house showing J-Lo at freak-off parties, and Ben saw them, leading to their split. Hold the phone, this is spicy, but warning, it's unproven. No evidence confirms these tapes exist or that the FBI shared them with Ben. Suge's known for stirring drama, and this sounds like a classic jailhouse rumor. No credible sources, like Variety or The Washington Post, back this up. Throwing this out there without proof feels like a cheap shot at J-Lo's already bruised heart. The timeline's intriguing, though. The FBI raided Diddy's homes in March 2024, Ben moved out by June, and they filed for divorce in August. In Touch Weekly says J-Lo's stressed about being linked to Diddy's mess, but thinks her rep's safe. Another source calls the 1999 drama a painful memory she wants buried. Could Ben have bailed to dodge the scandal? Maybe, but without those alleged tapes, it's more likely their split was about personal vibes. J-Lo's high-maintenance star life clashing with Ben's need for quiet. Losing love is brutal, and we feel for J-Lo navigating this public heartbreak while the rumor mill churns. Divorce is hard enough without the world speculating about Diddy's ghost. Diddy's in the hottest of hot seats, and it's intense. Since September 16th, 2024, he's been locked up at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, facing charges of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution. He's pleaded not guilty, but the feds say he ran a criminal empire, intimidating and abusing victims since 2008. Bail's been denied 3 times. Judges Andrew Carter Jr. and Robin Tarnofsky call him a flight risk and a danger. His trial's set for May 12, 2025, with jury selection a week earlier. Prosecutors want to use the 1999 shooting to show a pattern of violence, plus a 2016 video of Diddy attacking Cassie Ventura in a hotel hallway, leaked by CNN. That video's damning. Diddy's actions are indefensible, and we stand with Cassie for her bravery. Diddy's team, led by legal heavyweights Anthony Rico and Alexandra Shapiro, is fighting to exclude that evidence, arguing it'll bias the jury. They've also accused the Department of Homeland Security of leaking the Cassie video to taint Diddy's case. A Hulu documentary on the 1999 shooting, focusing on Shine's journey from rapper to Belize politician, has Diddy's lawyers demanding accuracy, though they're not blocking its release. The 1999 case might get a fresh look. The Independent and Marca report the FBI's eyeing it as part of Diddy's broader probe. Natanya Rubins offered bullet fragments as evidence, and her resolve is powerful. But J-Lo, no one's saying she's a target. Lawyer Pete Gleason notes she could be called as a witness since she was there, but there's no sign of a subpoena. Claims she's dodging the feds or hiding in a non-extradition country? Pure gossip, no proof. Oh, fam. If you thought the drama was confined to courtrooms and tabloids, think again. X is absolutely on fire with this J-Lo Diddy saga, and the tea is scalding. The platform's turned into a virtual courtroom with users playing judge, jury, and gossip columnist all at once. Accounts are out here live tweeting Diddy's trial like it's a reality show finale, dropping updates on Cassie Ventura's gut-wrenching testimony and the mysterious anonymous witnesses dubbed Jane and Mia, who've got everyone speculating. These posts are racking up thousands of likes and retweets, with fans hyping Cassie's courage and dissecting every word from the courtroom. But it's not not just about Diddy. J-Lo's name is getting dragged through the digital mud, and the shade is next level. Some users are straight up accusing J-Lo of being Diddy's ride or die in the worst way, claiming she carried a gun for him back in 1999 or helped frame Shine to save Diddy's skin. One viral post put it bluntly: J-Lo's fame never matched her talent. Now we know why. She's been riding Diddy's coattails since '99. Ouch, that's the kind of burn that needs aloe. Another user speculated, J-Lo's next to fall in this Diddy mess. Watch, the feds are coming for her. There's even a thread with over 10,000 views theorizing J-Lo's been dodging subpoenas, hiding out to avoid testifying. Big warning, these are opinions, not facts. No court documents or credible news outlets like Reuters or AP back these claims. It's all speculation, fueled by internet sleuths piecing together old headlines and grainy 90s photos. The X-chatter doesn't stop there. Some fans are diving into J-Lo's career arc, questioning how she skyrocketed from Jenny from the Block to global superstar. A user wrote, J-Lo's been untouchable for decades, but was it talent or connections? Diddy's drama makes you wonder. Others are less subtle, posting memes of J-Lo in sunglasses with captions like, when you know too much about Diddy's secrets. The internet's having a field day, but let's keep it real. Social media loves a villain, and J-Lo's an easy target right now. Her silence, likely a calculated move to protect her brand, only fuels the fire. Meanwhile, posts about Shine and Netanya Rubin get less traction, which is a shame. Their stories, Shine's lost years, Netanya's lifelong pain, are the heart of this saga, and they deserve the spotlight, not the sidelines. Then there's the Ben Affleck angle. Ex-users are linking J-Lo's divorce to Diddy, with some claiming Ben dipped after seeing alleged FBI tapes of J-Lo at Diddy's freak-off parties. Hold up, this comes from Suge Knight's Prison podcast, and warning, there's zero evidence these tapes exist or were shared with Ben. One post joked, Ben saw J-Lo's old Diddy tapes and said, I'm out. It's got laughs, but no substance. The internet's a wild place, and it's easy to get sucked into the drama. But piling on J-Lo without proof doesn't help the real victims, Shine, Netanya, Cassie, who faced unimaginable trauma. We gotta separate the tea from the truth, fam. Social media's a megaphone, but it's not a courtroom. Let's amplify the voices that matter and wait for the facts to drop. Alright, let's get to the million-dollar question that's got everyone buzzing. Did J-Lo lie in 1999 to protect Diddy? And if she did, should she face consequences? This is where the stakes get real, fam, because if J-Lo knowingly framed Shine or covered for Diddy, that's not just a scandal, it's a serious ethical breach with ripple effects. Shine was 18, a kid with dreams, when he was convicted and lost, nearly a decade behind bars. Netanya Rubin's been carrying a bullet in her face and the weight of disbelief for over 20 years. Cassie Ventura's trauma from Diddy's alleged abuse is still raw. These are real people, real pain, and the idea that J-Lo might have played a role in their suffering. It hits hard. Let's break it down. The allegations against J-Lo come from a few places. Rodney Lil Rod Jones's 2024 lawsuit claims she smuggled a gun into Club New York, handed it to Diddy, and helped pin the blame on Shine. Warning, this is unverified. Jones's suit is packed with accusations, but Diddy's lawyer, Sean Hawley, calls him a liar, out for cash. No police reports, court filings, or credible sources like the New York Times or CNN confirm J-Lo's involvement with the gun. Then there's Wardell Fenderson, the driver, who said he saw a female hand toss a gun from the car. J-Lo was the only woman present, so some point to her, but Fenderson didn't name her, and there's no forensic evidence, like fingerprints, tying her to the weapon. He also claimed Diddy offered a $50,000 ring as a bribe, but Diddy's team dismissed it as unreliable since no ring was found. Another rumor? That J-Lo testified Shine was the shooter. Big disclaimer. Court records show J-Lo didn't testify in 2001, so this doesn't hold water. Jaguar Wright's claims, like J-Lo and Diddy's secret marriage to dodge testimony, are even wilder. But warning, they're baseless. No marriage records exist, and J-Lo wasn't subpoenaed, so the spousal privilege angle's a stretch. The freak-off party accusations unsubstantiated. No Misha or 13-year-old victim is documented in lawsuits linking J-Lo to these events. Ojani Noah's allegations, tainted by his messy history with J-Lo. These stories are spicy, but they lack receipts. No proof, just speculation. If J-Lo did lie, the ethical fallout would be huge. Shine's lost years, Natanya's ongoing fight, Cassie's pain, they deserve truth, but without evidence, calling J-Lo guilty is premature. Legally, it's a different story. Perjury in New York has a 5 to 8 year statute of limitations, so prosecuting J-Lo for 1999 lies now is unlikely unless new crimes like obstruction of justice surface. If evidence proved she smuggled a gun or framed Shine, it'd be a bombshell, but we're nowhere near that. The FBI's possible reopening of the 1999 case, as reported by Marsa and The Independent, could change things, but J-Lo's not named as a target. Lawyer Pete Gleason says she could be called as a witness, but there's no subpoena yet. Claims she's dodging the feds or hiding abroad. Pure gossip, no proof. Right now, there's no case for J-Lo in jail. She's likely keeping her distance from Diddy, like most celebs, to protect her brand. Smart, not shady. Would J-Lo behind bars be justice? Not based on what we know. The allegations are heavy but unproven, and jumping to lock her up ignores the lack of evidence. Shine and Natanya's fight for justice, Cassie's battle for healing, these are the stories that matter most. We honor their resilience and hope the truth comes out, whether it involves J-Lo or not. If the feds dig up something solid, we'll have that convo, but for now, J-Lo's a bystander in a messy saga, not a defendant. Let's keep our eyes on the victims and the facts, fam, and leave the orange jumpsuit talk for another day. This saga's got more layers than a New York cheesecake, and it's far from over. Diddy's trial will keep the 1999 shooting in the spotlight, and J-Lo might get called as a witness, but there's no evidence she's in legal trouble. Shine and Natanya's pain, Cassie's trauma. These are the real stories, and we hold space for their courage. J-Lo's navigating a divorce, a career pivot, and this old drama resurfacing. She's human, and we feel for her too as she dodges the rumor mill while trying to shine. What's your take, fam? Is J-Lo a mastermind, a bystander, or just caught in Diddy's chaos? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're all ears. This story's evolving, so hit that subscribe button, tap the bell, and stay locked in. The truth's out there, and we're chasing it together. Peace out, and let's keep it real.